Rajat Sethi, yes, you're smiling because you've been among those who've been saying that you think the NDA will edge this.
Yeah, so I have maintained this even after the election poll, the exit poll results, and I tweeted also putting my neck out. But I did say that BJP-led NDA is going to scrape through.
We are reaching the number, I must confess, we are now reaching the number that I actually put in our sweepstakes for the NDA. If it stays this way, I win a lot of money today.
How many times?
So my point is, Rajiv, there are a couple of
132 is my number, sorry.
So there are a couple of points that one needs to infer, even if the results change a little bit from here on, is the demonstrability, the legitimacy of the political parties. See, trustworthiness, if one has to take a guess, it is Prime Minister Modi who has been able to spread the resources to the commonmost people. The lowest common denominator of the society had been given money.
So you think the direct benefit?
Yeah, and like look at the other hand, Tejasvi Yadav did not have the demonstrable economic justice aspects to anywhere close to historical things that they have done.
Take that to
who
Pawan.
Would trust him?
Let me take that to Pawan Khera. Pawan Khera, Congress's spokesperson, who's been in Bihar for the last month, joins us. Pawan, it's looking bad. The gap is widening. 129 plays 97. This is not looking good for you.
I think it's too early, Rajdeep. I still have complete confidence that Bihar has broken the caste barrier, especially the youth. I'll also stick my neck out like Rajat, and I'm very confident that it's just less than 10% votes that have been counted. So let's wait and let's then discuss all these aspects, and then we can, of course, introspect on who went wrong.
Sure, but the one trend, Pawan, that is coming through is we have a tug-of-war graphic which we'll put up, that where it is where it is Congress versus JDU, and more importantly, Congress versus BJP, you're in big trouble. You're being wiped out where you're against the BJP. So somewhere, it appears that the forward castes have very much stuck with the BJP, and in those constituencies, because of your weak organizational base, it is advantage BJP. Now, 70 seats in a tight contest may seem to be 20 seats too many.
As I said, Rajdeep, let's wait and watch whether Bihar stuck to its caste equations and caste identity, or it surpassed caste identity and voted on issues that we were trying to raise. We're very proud of the fact that we raised the right issues. We were very proud of the fact that we believed in, and we still believe in, the kind of narrative we'd like to go to election with, and that won't change come what may.
Now 132 versus 95, the RJD plus graph coming down, the NDA plus graph going up. This election seems to be solidifying in favor of the NDA from what we can see at this moment. Let's show you the new power map of the state of Bihar, which will give you a very quick comparison between where they are winning this time versus what happened last time. And what's crucial is that you can see in the northern parts of Bihar, and this is significant, the BJP has dominated the north. You've got the RJD plus dominating the south. It almost seems as if they are two completely different elections. Visually, you can see that. 2020 on your screen, Rahul Verma. You've got on the one hand, in the northern belts, from Kosi, from Bhojpur, going all the way up to Simanchal, an NDA domination, whereas in the south of the Ganga, you've got the RJD plus doing much better.
See, basically, if this is correct, what we are basically seeing in phase 1, MGB had a little bit of upper hand. In phase 2, NDA came from behind, and in phase 3, completely sweeping the map.
So, which is interesting because phase 3 was also the Simanchal belt, where you had maximum Muslim domination. So if this is correct in the end, it suggests a massive counter mobilization in favor of the NDA in phase 3.
I don't want to go there, whether it was a Hindu-Muslim polarization, because the campaign rhetoric was not to an extent which can make this as a Hindu-Muslim election. Counter polarization, certainly in terms of basically consolidating the, so in phase 1, there was a lot of confusion. The Chirag Paswan has been propped by the BJP, so seamless transfer between the allies may have not taken place. I think since then, what BJP was doing, especially its top leadership, is sort of distancing itself from Chirag Paswan, saying whatever may happen, Nitish Kumar is going to be the CM. So they managed to, if this results hold, they managed to resolve the confusion by phase 2
I think
and
that's a very
consolidate it.
important point, because the real damage that we are seeing could have been done in phase 1. As it went on, the BJP also put in the armada in. You see many more leaders out there. They were much more focused, and they seemed to get their campaign act together as it went on. The Congress, on the other hand, I keep maintaining, didn't seem to keep that momentum going till the very end. And plus, you've got all these smaller parties, and we'll have to see how the others have damaged also. Remember, they could be parties, as the CSPS poll yesterday suggested, about 16 to 18%. And that could become critical, that while Chirag was damaging BJP in round 1, these smaller parties started to damage RJD Congress in round 2.
Let's go to Suresh Paswan, former minister.
May I just add a small point here?
Yes, please.
I think while what Rahul has said certainly testifies to the formidable electoral machine the BJP has in its ability to make those critical shifts at the right time. But I think if we are to look at these results, and I'm saying if these hold, that's the big question mark. If these results hold, and if we read it along with the other by-election polls, whether in Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, etc., I think we will have to revise this entire basis on how effective this bailout strategy, the economic strategy, etc. While an economist's perspective might say there are flaws, but in terms of the popular response to it, we cannot say it's been totally inadequate.
Okay, let's go across to Suresh Paswan before he leaves from the RJD.